Hi everyone, welcome to the live stream of today. We are very lucky we have Mareike Schuster in our interview session. And Mareike is very special. She does art therapy. And Mareike, would you like to introduce yourself to us a little bit more?
Yes, hi. So good to be here with you, Slooney. I'm a therapist, a psychotherapist on the one hand, but I'm also an artist, and I try to get both things together. So I'm drawing not normal pictures, but something I call energy pictures, because when you look at them, a special kind of energy is transported, and as well as I'm also working in my therapy, of course, with art, but not all only. I'm also working with hypnotherapy, meditations, because for me it's like drawing pictures in your mind. When I do a meditation or when I do a hypnotherapy, a guy in for a special theme, it's I see inside myself. I see the pictures, and that's what I'm describing. For everyone to hear in my meditation. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh, that's very interesting. So you visualize during your therapy,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you also put those visualizations onto paper, and
Yeah.
you do that together with your clients, or you do it for them, as I understood, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
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 And is there some like symbolisms that you use very frequently? Like, how do those pictures come to you?
Um, no, yeah. One symbolism which is quite often are animals.
Yeah.
So something that's really draws me to it is
Yeah.
drawing animals. I also draw other things, but quite often because those animals stand for always for something, and it's quite easy for the other person, to um, see, like, in the background to see part of my wolf. And
Yeah.
if you see a wolf, you always think of a pack of wolves. You think of lots of wolves together. And so this is the kind of feeling um, I want to transport with this picture, for example.
Mm. Okay. Animals. And then do you also look up the meaning of those animals, or do you usually, um, do you usually just do it intuitively?
Yeah, normally I do it intuitively. It's just when I draw something for someone, then oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
Here we are. That's the
yes,
wolf.
the wolf, yes.
Yeah.
Um, when I draw something, especially, I have pictures. Clients come to me with a problem and they want their the individual energy picture. And
Yeah.
then I also, give them the meaning for the things they see in their picture. But in those pictures, it's more like what I felt when I was drawing this, and especially the wolf came to me last winter when I were in, what's it called? A female circle. We
Mhm.
met once a month, only women, and during the winter, and
Yeah.
spent the evening together um, with shamanic rites and spiritual things. And during this time, the wolf was created by me, because it symbolizes this feeling of women together in a circle. We are in the connection to the moon, you know, when you see in the right side on the top, you see the moon and the connection with nature and everything. So, yeah.
That's very interesting. And then it just happened and you actually made this painting for yourself, or you actually made it for these women that you
I made it for myself, but I got those women also a little picture.
a little copy.
A little copy, yes.
Oh, that's very cool. You sent me a few others.
Yeah.
I would like to take the chance to also have a look at those other photos.
Yeah.
And I would love you to tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
If you want. Would
yeah, I try to. Yeah, this one is really special to me because it kind of symbolizes the women or the people coming to me. It's like those people all are like trees on volcanoes.
Okay.
That means they are rooted in their life, they are calm and everything, but underneath there's fire, and lava and everything. You know, it's like
a lot of emotions.
A lot of emotions, yes, but inside, and they haven't learned, you know, to express those emotions. So they only can, you know, like it's building up, and then the volcano goes like whoosh.
Explodes.
Explodes, yes. And the goal is to learn to feel those emotions and use them, to use the anger inside, and to set boundaries and stuff like this. So the dragon kind of symbolizes the power which is inside, and the eyes are, you know, like it's me seeing everything inside, me seeing the power that is inside, but which is hidden under the volcano. And yeah.
And do you also mean like the power or the strength in expressing your feelings, right?
Yes.
So you're not like exploding when it's a little bit, then the little trip too much, but you actually like very calm, and you have this dragon inside of you, that power to express yourself, and then
and then the emotions can come out like small drops of lava. You know, they come outside, and they are useful for the tree, because lava is making the earth good with lots of good things. I don't know what right now, but so. And that's what the goal is, you know, to express your feelings, to express and to feel. First of all, to feel your feelings, because most of especially women who come to me have stopped feeling really what they are, what's inside. They only feel like dumpf, not, you know, like
numb,
yeah.
Numb.
Yeah. Numb.
Yeah.
Numb. Yeah, they feel numb. So they put all those emotions inside, all the dark emotions they don't want to feel. But the thing is, when you put all those dark emotions inside, although also the good emotions you have, like happiness, like feeling really great, are
Yeah.
also like dimmed down.
Yeah.
And then they have to learn, like, what is it that I'm feeling, so that not only the not so nice emotions like anger and sadness can come out, but also to really feel the good ones.
Lovely. Yeah, I love that. And I think you also in your photo or in your picture, the photo of your painting,
Yeah.
it's very nice how you have all these different, like colors. So you have like the red, which might
Yeah.
be like anger, and then you have like the blue that might be some sort of sadness, the green,
Yes.
which could be seen as hope, and yellow, maybe new beginnings, or I think green is also color for envy or jealousy
Yes. Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So you have this like diversity of
Of feelings.
feelings,
Yes.
yeah, inside that are actually captured in this volcano. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it as well. And especially now that you tell us a little bit more about it, it
Mm.
becomes more grabbable. It comes to life. No, that's
Yeah.
very nice. Lovely.
Yeah.
And why did you choose a dragon and not another animal? I have to ask. Is it
Um,
the obvious link between a volcano and a dragon, or does the dragon signify another thing to you?
um, honestly, I really can't tell you, because I choose those things kind of intuitively.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
just feel
yeah,
that there belongs a dragon inside. Um, but a dragon is something, um, I kind of feel inside myself also. If I try to picture, when I feel inside myself, it's I also have different pictures with a dragon. I feel something like a dragon, something that can fly, that is powerful, but they also, are connected, like fierceful and giving fire. And that's, I think, probably why I chose to put a dragon inside. Yeah.
also has some kind of connotation of freedom to it, no?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel like it's almost always the ending of every like yeah, story, like with dragons, princesses, castles, and then the dragon is like flying on top of the castle, and yeah, I like that
Mm,
freedom aspect maybe in it too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
And that's
cool.
what we all want, I think. We want to
Yeah,
feel free,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then interestingly, when you let out your emotions, so when you actually like
Yeah.
control them, yeah, you feel more free. That's cool. We already spoke about the wolf, but let's speak about this cutie, like this little
Yeah.
girl here too.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
colibri.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, this is for me, this absolutely symbols like joy of living and freedom, and just, like those sparkling of life.
yeah.
That's what I feel. And I put this picture on my flyer for young adults and for teenager.
Uh,
Um, and the theme is, like becoming or going out in the world. Like, also, it's also, everything is somehow connected to freedom, but in this is, like having fun, going out in the world. And yeah, I like those colors. Those other two pictures you don't really see, but I love magenta. That's In this one, you see it more, but magenta is, one of my favorite colors. And most of my pictures have some layer of magenta inside.
Yeah, and your T-shirt is also in magenta.
Yeah,
no? Yeah, that's cool. Yes, we have actually our first comment. Namely, Anelia wrote, "The art is really beautiful. I love the wolves the most.
Yeah.
What is the motivation to paint them? Why do you love to paint wolves?" Actually, Amelia, we spoke about this a little bit earlier, but maybe we can summarize it for you a little bit again, and also we can go into depth if you want to do that for us.
Yeah. Okay, the wolf I painted when I was feeling this connection of a circle of women. And I wanted to know to put this feeling of being connected to the other women, to the world, but also connected to nature and to the moon, to everything, that comes and goes in a picture. And that's why I drew this wolf. And this is, for me, it's like it was my feeling. It felt, like if I want to show what it's like to feel connected, was for me showing a wolf there. Even though the wolf is on its own, it's still, everything, there are other wolves around. And the wolf doesn't feel alone. The wolf feels together, even if it's on its own. And I think, and I love painting, wolves. I only have this one, wolves, up to now. But I think wolves are kind of my favorite. I also, like, consider the wolf like a bit of my animal. That's why it's also behind me. I didn't want to part with this picture. It feels, that's what I feel when I'm in the world. I feel it's a spiritual feeling of being connected to everything around us.
And interestingly, we have another comment, but I just need to sneak in this little question first, because when you talk about this wolf photo, you really put a lot of focus on a circle of women as well. Like, can you explain us, like, why the women? Like, was it the situation of these women in the circle of this session that you experienced, or do you feel like the connection with women or with femininity is something?
Especially it was, the spiritual connection. It was like a healing circle. You can say, I think that's describes it quite well. Where we come together, we sing, we play the drums and stuff like this, and feel connected. We also do meditations, and one thing that really sticks with me is when we, in the beginning, visualize that we all have roots, and our roots go down into the earth, and then the roots are connect to each other with everything and everyone in the room. And I think this feeling really was something special for me. You always have those groups where we go together and you do things together, but that one was deeper. And I think that's why I always...
Very nice. Cool. I love that answer. I'm gonna just show the first question. It's tempting. It's in German. Let's see if we wanna reply in German, or if we wanna...
I try.
I just gonna read it out in German. Du hast beim Wolf erzählt, dass die Frauen über den Mond verbunden sind. Wie erlebst du diese Verbindung selbst? Wie stärkt sie dich im Leben? And now I just quickly gonna translate it into English. You were telling us about the wolf, that the women are connected by the moon. How do you experience this connection yourself, and how is it strengthening you in your life?
For me, it's, the rhythm the moon gives us. And with, I'm not someone who's exactly following the calendar of the moon, like now is a part-time moon or this crescent moon, and now you only are to do this and that. That's not me. But for me, the moon symbolizes more the knowing of things. The connection to the moon is the connection to the source of everything, kind of. That's what's the moon for me. It's the knowing that we all know, or we all have the connection to this source of knowing. If we don't know what to do, we always have to look inside, and that's what the moon is for me. And if I see the moon outside, it always does something with me. It's like it feels it reminds me of this rhythm of the circle. Everything the whole life all is in a circle. And the coming and going of the moon, like full moon and new moon, it's kind of like when represents the circle of life, of everything in our life. Of something starts, it's completely new, it grows, becomes full, and then it goes. And that's also okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I like the way how you interpret the, like those, the animals or the moon, like those things. Because for me, I guess the moon is also like very strongly connected to emotion. Like people say very often, like, oh, it's a full moon, obviously everyone's crazy.
Yeah.
Or also the moon affects the water a lot, right? With the high tide, low tide, and everything. And human is made 99% of the water, so you would think maybe it also affects us as humans. But it's so interesting to see how you connected to this like circle or to this loop, continuance, like the beginning and the ending. I kind of like your interpretation more than like.
Yeah, but the other one is this what we all know, this is yeah.
But it goes more in depth with your interpretation. Love it. Let's go to talk about the turtle.
Yeah, this is one of my latest. The turtle. It's when you see it looks a bit bossy, or it's not a nice look. It's not so hey, so good to see you, but it's more like knowing skeptical, look on its face. And for me it's this going outside in the world and giving you wisdom, but also have the chance, to go inside or draw yourself back inside. And for me, it's like work do your own work. I were also working, of course, with me, but also this. It's also like bit like a rhythm, like going outside, drawing back inside, and it's obviously the total for me. It's wisdom. They are so old animals, like old souls, and I wanted to paint the Panzer, the thing on top. Shell, yeah. The shell, in a colorful. So as to put inside all those experiences, all those knowing that this turtle gained during all those years living, and I think that's.
Love it.
Yeah.
I just had to smile a little bit. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. You will love the question, the following question. Okay, so setzt du die Farbbedeutung gezielt ein oder eher spontan? Beispielsweise Magenta, here we are, your favorite color, steht für Harmonie, universelle Liebe, Spontanität, aber auch für Dominanz, Herrschaftsanspruch. Just gonna translate it really quick, sorry. Okay, so clarification is asking how you use colors and their meanings. So whether this is rather spontaneous or not so much. For example, magenta is a color which represents harmony, universal love, or spontaneity, but as well dominance and now
I think it's
territory, maybe something like that.
Yeah, or like the want of power or something.
Yeah, that's a good translation. Yeah.
No, I use them definitely more intuitively. I just I like magenta. Maybe because of universal love and spontaneity, but no, it's for me. It's I use those colors as I feel them. Yeah, and I think it's perhaps good to know that I haven't studied anything. It's like I'm not a studied artist or something like this, so I wouldn't even know what magenta stand for.
Yeah, because you come from the financial field. Let's talk about this a little bit now. So you did work very long in the financial field. How comes that you made a 180-degree turn, and now you are actually a therapist, psychotherapist, and you are also an artist? Like, maybe you want to tell us a little bit about your motivations, or maybe you had some experience that made you want to go another path.
Yeah, maybe I even start with the latest, with being an artist, because being an artist is, for me, is the latest development. I'm just maybe like 4 or 5 years that I'm drawing, or that I started drawing my first pictures, and I started drawing them because I felt like that's the thing for me, even though back in the days I was always bad at drawing. I've never been a child, like who drawed nice pictures or anything, like never. But I just had intuitively the feeling that that's right for me, and I think that's what describes my past really good, because going back, like 8 years now, it was when we spent a couple of years in Switzerland, where I met you, and then we came back, and I had a job in a bank. I had a really well-paid part-time job, really great. But I came back into the building and I just felt that's not my path anymore. I can't stay there. Even though the money is good and everything is good, it's not my way. And I decided, to go outside and start over new, even though I didn't know in the beginning what to do. In the first year, I was like, okay, what I'm doing now, I only knew I wanted to do something with people, or, like helping other. And I'm really good at listening. I'm good at empathy and stuff like this. And then there came, like the idea, okay, of doing it's called Heilpraktiker für Psychotherapie in German.
Yes.
It's something of, I looked it up, healing practitioner for psychotherapy. It's, like studying psychotherapy, but not in a university, but more in courses and stuff like this. And then there's an exam and stuff like this, but it's more, a second way of a career. And when I decided that, everything fell into place, one thing after another. It was like, for me, listening to my intuition, listening to what I was feeling, and that led me to hypnotherapy, that led me to the spiritual path then. And another thing that probably quite a lot I was influenced by was my children. My son was diagnosed with autism, and that started me thinking, like, how can I help him? What can I, do? What things can I learn to help him? And of course, with helping him, I started helping other children. It's always the thing inside the family. It's not really, you can't really help as a mother. But I needed to learn that. And then I started having children and young adults in my
surrounding. In your surrounding.
Yeah. So that's how I think I started the other one new career.
And do you miss the financial field sometimes?
No.
But it helped you. It helped you to make a good bit of business out of your.
Absolutely, It helps me, like doing my numbers and stuff like this, and accounting, and absolutely.
Yeah,
that's what it's good for. But I don't miss working there. That's
I feel sometimes this is what a lot of artists are lacking, the organization. I have a really good friend of mine, she's an accountant, who actually made an interview with her as well. And she also paints. And I feel like people who have this like financial background, they just look at art in such a different way, because like I think for someone who studied art, like we really study about other artists and then try to position ourselves, but sometimes the financial aspects really not dealt with sufficiently. So I think this is a really big advantage. So now I really have to ask, you did first study psychology? You did your courses?
No, I did courses in psychology.
Yeah, and when was the moment when you decided, now I want to take art into this as well? Like,
I
the
think,
art therapy.
yeah, I think 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, not really long ago.
Yeah.
And for me, it was the great thing with drawing is, or with painting. I stand in front of the picture or the canvas, and I start painting. And like with everything else in life, there are those doubts, can I really do this? And for me, it was my technique I had from, my coachings. I just, in the beginning, always told myself, what if I can do this? What if it's for me? What if I can do this? And and then I just, painted and realized, okay, I can do this. But I still have, during all of my pictures, I have this moment where I have this doubt and think, is it really going to go somewhere?
Yeah.
And then I
I
come
know
back
it.
to this, to this
Yeah.
thought. And I think this is what is so important, because this is for everything in life important. When we can do it, everything, whatever we want to do, why shouldn't we do this? What's holding us back? Why don't try and just do it? And that's, I think, that's my journey with art. And the other thing is loving my pictures. I met wonderful artists with really wonderful paintings who were like, oh, I don't like this, and this isn't so, and this is, and for me it's like, when I paint something, I love it. It's like I put myself inside this picture, and I love myself. I love everything in this picture, even though it's not perfect. Of course, there's probably thousands of people who can draw things better than me. But I love those paintings, and I think that's what's making them so special, because when I put this love inside, you can also feel it.
I think this is such a very, very good point that you make, because I mean, I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts, and it is very intense how much you critique your art. Like, I hardly met an artist that was like, wow, this is so good, I love this, like I outdid myself, like in the beginning maybe you're like,
I don't have any major.
Yeah, but then the more you actually paint, the more you do, the more you research about other artists, and you realize like, oh my God, like I shouldn't even like leave the house, like I'm so untalented, And then when you finish your work, you're also looking at it and I could have done this and I could have done that. And then you hand it to your like client or, your interested buyer. And then you're like, oh my God, I think they will hate it. And then they love it. And you're like, oh, you love it? Okay, then you keep it good. You know what I mean? I think it's such an interesting point that you make, because it's very hard to, like not to put aside this perfectionism and to just be content with what you make in your creativity or in your art. I really think it's very inspiring how you formulate this as well. to really motivate people to create things. Like, and also not to judge yourself for it.
It's with everything. It's everything we do. The thing is, as soon as we try to be perfect, or try to think, okay, how are others doing, we diminish ourselves. And we all have the capacity to shine. We are all here to create something. And as an artist, it's like putting yourself, your soul inside the painting. And that's what you are in that moment. Even if you're maybe in 10 years differently, but that's what you are. And being in line with yourself is, I think, the secret behind that. As soon as you're love, or if you're okay with yourself, it's easier for you to be okay with your art, because your art reflects yourself.
In a way, No, I like that. It's a very interesting thought. Let's have a look at some other paintings. I always say photos. I'm just taking the mini photos.
The Kali.
Very interesting. This is Buddhistic.
This is Hinduistic goddess, Kali. It's also, I also have a different one where she is dancing on fire. It symbolizes the dark parts of ourselves and the connection to our anger, to all those dark parts inside that we always try, to put down. And she is, like, wow, here I am. And I'm, she has a sword. I'm going to kill everyone that's not in my favor, and she has the fire of life. And the serpents are the thing that are the animal who are belonging to her traditionally. So, and it's also the female part inside of us who wants to break free, and who wants, to just be inside this world, and not always be nice. We always have, as women, been taught to be nice, to be compliant, to be helpful. And for me, Kali is this power who helps you to be more yourself, and to doesn't give a shit what everyone else is thinking, and just be.
I just recognize, or what draws my attention is that she's blonde. In Hinduism, I don't know if she traditionally is blonde. Is this maybe
no,
creative?
It's not. But that's kind of, good that you saw that. It's one of those pictures I draw for myself on my way to healing. And that's why I draw her blonde. And it's kind of, one of my first personal energy pictures I draw. And I also draw for other clients special energy pictures. And for me, it was, coming to terms with the more wild side of myself, and living this part of me more. And when now other clients come with their topic, what they want to develop, or where they want, like an impulse to have. And then I like connect to the eternal wisdom and channel their personal picture that helps them on their way. For me, it was Kali at that time. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. This is it's a magical forest. It's something I saw during a meditation where I I meditated myself and went deep inside. How to describe it? I did some healing for myself. I think it's perhaps the best. And in the end, I saw this forest in the afternoon light, where you can't really see it. I saw in this picture inside my head, I saw also butterfly, a small, and afterwards I tried to recreate this magical forest and try to recreate this, even though now it's more like afternoon sun, but it's also kind of the dawning of a new day, of a new time. It's more like, the old can go, and then the new is going to come.
So it's a sunrise, or
now it's in this picture it's afternoon light, not sunrise, but it's the sun, everything is going down, but the new day is coming, so it's more like this. Inside.
It's funny how I was thinking, it's afternoon, because I think of the shadow, the sun rises like on this side and then it sets on that side. So subconsciously I was like, afternoon. And then when you said new beginning, I was like, hang on, is it?
It's afternoon. On this picture it's afternoon, but it's still it's like, the new beginning isn't far. It's everything is going down, it's going to rest, and then there's something new waiting.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's interesting how you speak during your art a lot about like this rest and being introverted, like for instance the turtle, to process your emotions, but then also this like celebration and freedom and breaking free. I think it's very interesting how you combine these two things in your paintings together. It's very nice. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
So most of the paintings that we were looking at here were painted for yourself. I'm not sure about the turtle. Was it also a painting for yourself?
Every painting is first a painting for myself. I always the paintings I do for customers and because they're quite differently. They're more like those paintings, you also can buy, but those were paintings for me in the beginning when I started painting them. And when I do something like a personal energy picture, they are different. They are, aquarelle pictures, and they are smaller and sometimes, they're completely different from those pictures, because I take the energy of the one coming to me and put that energy on the paper. And here it's all me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So I wrote down so many things. It's so inspiring. I don't even know what next. I have one question that I had. Like, you do art therapy, so you do paintings for your clients, you do them for yourself to do your own healing. But then you also talked about hypnosis and meditations. Like, how do you include them into your therapy? Like, how would a normal psychotherapy session in your praxis look for a client? Do you hand them the paper right away and then they have to prove themselves, or how does it usually go?
A normal session is, if you're here with me, it's different than on the via Zoom or so. If you're here with me, we talk, we bring the topic, the problem into the room, and then I also work intuitively. I think I feel what's the right way for you to go forward. Can be a meditation about, like forgiveness or stuff like this, or it can be a hypnosis. Hypnosis is going deeper. It's going more to the root of things. Or I put you, like on my, what's it called? Liege? Laying, you lay down.
Yeah.
And I walk, in your aura.
Yeah.
I just putting small impulses inside your system without talking. And or sometimes you also have to draw. But I realized that for many people, drawing in itself is quite difficult, because we all, many of us have this experience from school, like you have to draw and it's going to get graded and stuff like this. So this drawing just without just drawing or just painting is quite difficult for many of my clients. But when I feel that they're at the point of where they can let it flow, I love letting them draw a triptych. Like on the left-hand side, they first draw their problem, and drawing their problem, not like really in like if someone has a problem talking before people, it's not that he or she has to draw himself in front of a lot of people, but more of the fear and how it feels like. And after drawing this, I let them draw the solution. What does the solution look like? How do they want to feel in front of lots of people talking, or whatever the problem is? How do they want to feel when the thing with their mother is solved, for example? And after drawing those parts, I let them look at the picture and just feel what is the way from left to right. Quite often you have the same like symbols or you have, like it has to be smaller to get there, or it has to be bigger, or something new has to come. And we then talk about it. What can this symbolize in your life? What needs to come so that the solution can become present in your life? And that's, I think I really love this technique, but it's not for everyone, because you have to open yourself up and be willing to do it.
Yeah, and then in the middle you paint the solution.
The solutions on the right hand side. In the middle you paint what needs to come to get from the left hand to the right hand side.
I see. Yeah. Okay. And this is the technique that you invented yourself, or is it something?
No, that's quite a common technique in psychotherapy. And what's so nice is that the subconsciousness sees and feels what you want, even if you can't put it into words. So even if you only put this picture and something in the middle, and you can't really verbalize it, your subconsciousness knows what you want. And for our subconsciousness, it's so important we have pictures. Also for our consciousness, but especially for the subconsciousness, if you think of like freedom, it's just a word. You don't have any feelings really, or any connections to the word. It's just a word. But if you have an eagle flying, and you connect the flying eagle with freedom, you have a feeling inside, and it's much easier to connect with it than just the word freedom or the word love or connection. And that's why I think pictures are so important.
Yeah, I love that. It's just very nice. No, cool. So how many clients do you have at the moment? Are you doing this full time, or you do this part time?
I think rather it's more or less part-time, because I have 3 children still at home who need me. So, but this is what I love about this job. I put my appointments when I have free time. So I'm the one who can say, okay, tomorrow is a good day. I can work with like 2 or 3 clients, or tomorrow's a bad day. I know I have all those stuff what we have with children, like driving them from here to there. And
Okay. And your clients, like, is this like people who recommend you further and then you find new clients, or do you actually have to like promote your offers?
Both. Some like tell others, but it's with therapy, even though coaching therapy stuff, it's often quite a sensitive topic. So quite often people don't really like to talk with others about that they work at themselves, at their personality. So quite often there like people I've never heard of who just find me and call me or write me, and
that never happened.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just found me on the internet or so.
Oh, yeah, so people just find you on the internet?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. Because if you have people that you know, which would have been my next question, I could imagine that it could be a little bit difficult to separate the personal from the professional part. Like even though you do the psychotherapy with all of your heart and you are the same person, it might be difficult because those people, they also tell you very personal experiences, and they open up to you probably even more than to their friends and family. And then you will become sort of a witness. And I could imagine that might be a little bit difficult. No?
Difficult for whom? For my client?
If you know this person, it would be difficult.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, in the beginning, I had some, like friends or acquaintances, like father way friends coming to me, and yeah, that was a problem. So no, I only work with people I up to then don't really know, or maybe only a little bit, and it depends on the thing, on the topic. When someone wants an energy picture, it doesn't really matter. But for going deeper, yeah, it's easier if you're not friends or no.
Yeah, if you have the distance, right?
Yeah.
Because else, that's sometimes the thing that a psychologist. I heard a saying once that every psychologist also needs a psychologist themselves, like a psychotherapist, like because it also everyone has emotions, like even if you tell your
Of course,
stories, So we have another question. Let's put this in. Welches deiner Bilder hat die größte Veränderung in dein eigenes Leben gebracht? Which one of your pictures made the biggest difference in your own life?
I think the wolf.
The wolf?
That's because for me the wolf was, the first picture, the first painting that really I really put so much inside. In the beginning, I have others from before, but they are more, like parts of me are inside. A little bit of my soul. But the wolf was the first one, kind of where I went all in. And so.
Yeah, that's why it's probably also the thumbnail of this interview, right? This was your choice. And I really like it. It has such a powerful message, especially with the circle of women and the moon and being connected even though you're like an individual. Yeah. No, I love it. I'd say this is a very nice final statement. If it's all right, also for our audience, if you have a few last questions, ask them now. Else, you can also find Mareike on her website. I can just quickly share the website with you as well. Just one moment. So you have an idea on how it looks. But the website is also in the description of the video. And so this is Mareike's website. I'm sure if you write her a message, she'll have a little eye on it. if you have further questions. And if there's no other questions in the chat, I wish you all a very nice evening and take care. And thank you so much, Mareike, for being part of this interview. Maybe see you another time.
Thank you. Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, that would be nice. Cool. And then let's have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.